Okay, so this is the start of the game. Um, Now, it's meant as a tutorial, and I didn't think much of the BSG generated tutorial. So, what I'm doing is I'm doing my version of the tutorial. So, all right, so let's start off. Like, what kind of things do you need for a tutorial? Well, you need to know movement keys and shooting and stuff like that. So, start off here. Here is your character. You get this screen by hitting tab. We got time, so don't have to worry about anybody coming in. And these are the various sections of your character. So you have earpiece. I don't happen to have one. We got headwear. We're using a hat. Face cover. Face cover just kind of covers your face so that if you're looking out at bushes, you don't necessarily show this white face or whatever color you picked. Eyewear. Um, didn't really do much early in the game, but now you can actually stop some effects of a flash grenade by wearing an appropriate eyewear. Plus, there's some that have ballistic properties to block a bullet potentially. Body armor, then your dog tag. These are your weapon locations. This is melee weapon. You'll never lose this, even if you die. Pistol or holster. So that's Beretta at this point. Um, then you have on sling and on your back for guns, weapons, shotguns, assault rifles, DMRs, sniping rifles, bolt action, whatever. Typically, you only really want to have one of these two equipped, so you leave your back for picking up a gun in the game. Okay, you can see here one is to draw the Beretta, and U is to pull your knife out. So keep that in mind. You need those keys. Of course, you have a tactical rig. Now, it can be an armored rig. If you drop the body armor, you can put in a tactical rig that's got plates in it, body armor in it. Is there any reason to do that? Not really. Just having better ammunition. And then we have two mags for the Beretta and some bandages. So healing is important. If you jump over here to the health page, this is your character. You notice you have individual areas and they all have health points. So 35 health points out of 35, 85 out of 85. Stomach is 70 out of 70. Just a hint, your head is what happens is your body will go gradually lose or take enough hit points that it will go from green to yellow to red to black. But if your head goes black, there's nothing you can do to repair it. All the other damage, there's means of repairing it so that you can get around your injury. So keep that in mind. Skills are stuff you have to work at during the game, and just playing the game will ramp up these skills. Map, you have to be carrying one. Task, you get any task. So escape ground zero is our story task. Now you don't get anything for completing them, so I don't know why. I mean, they're not really that important to do, other than advancing the storyline. Side tasks are the old tasks from Tarkov, so they're appear here, and then operational. There's once you get to a certain level, you start receiving daily and weekly tasks, and that's what appears under the operational task. That just means to keep focused on what you're trying to accomplish during the raid achievements. These are just, they'll eventually pop up on the screen, but there's like neutralize Sanitar for the first time while playing as a player. Okay. Um, you got 61 achievements. You can get 9 out of 61 earned so far. Anyways, this is probably from my previous playing. And then overall, you get what your character is. These are your stats, basically. Time online, that's how much I've played. Account lifetime, that's just starting up here. And then you see various stats, including how much money your all your equipment is found. So this is just for fun. Um, Maybe eventually they'll have a leaderboard, and that will depend. The only thing I ever use it for is if somebody kills me, you can pop into this screen for them, and you have a look. And if you see that they have a very small amount of raids but massive kills, then you get a little bit, they're a little bit sus whether they're cheating or not. Anyways, that's kind of hard to tell. So anyways, back here, these are special slots. So if you put something in here, if you die, you don't lose it. Backpack, you usually try to carry a backpack because you want a lot of gear, as much stuff as possible you want to pick up in the game, because you advance your character by XP points and cash. So the more stuff you carry out, the more stuff you can either use or sell to the traders to make money. The pouch here, I happen to have a gamma. Depending on what version of the game you bought, you can get smaller sizes of pouches, or there's one that is a reward for completing a certain all the stuff in the game, and it's bigger. So this is I have the unheard of version, and this is the gamma character that I get. So it's 3x3. Now you can put different things in here. There's some stuff you can't put. So like if I my Beretta, can't put it in there. My mags, can't put it in there. But first aid, I could put it in there. So one way you can keep from, because you're going to lose everything here if you die. If you get something valuable, put it in here. If you can't keep your ammunition in it, but you can keep all your meds in here, and you can keep all the items that you find throughout the game. The recorder here is just to play. They've added on the storyline. They've added cassette tapes with some of the lore in it. So pockets, so special slots. You can put stuff here like surgery kits, markers for some of the tasks. But anyways, your mags for the Beretta, or everything's got like a size, so that's a one slot. Assault rifles can have small mags or big. Their bigger mags usually take up 2 slots. So you have to make sure you have enough space to carry them. And the one thing to do, one tip, is always leave a slot empty that's big enough to hold your magazine, because when you hit reload, what happens is your character pulls the existing magazine out of the gun, and then tries to put it into the tactical rig. If there's no space, it simply drops it on the ground, and you got to find it again or you're going to lose it. So you always want to leave a space equivalent to the size of the magazine. So that in this case we got plenty of space. It's not something to worry about, but I just thought I'd mention it at this point. Okay, so let's go back. So how do you sight down the sights of the gun? Right click. There you go. Shoot. Left click. There you go. Reload. R. Okay. Um, if you had a submachine gun, of course, this is just a pistol, so there's only single fire. But if you hit B, it will change your fire rate from single to. There are some guns that have 3 fire rates. Uh, I can't remember what the middle one is, but single shot, full auto, and then there's a burst mode. Burst mode, that's what it is. Okay, so that's something to be or remember, because it will become important. Okay, so one of the things you need to do, like I said, is you need money. So we're going to wander around here and do a little bit of looting. So one of the places you can loot is dead body or bodies like this. So static. Now you get XP for looking at a body, and you get XP for, so that's searching, and then you get XP for moving something from a stash to your character. So I'm going to take the vodka, and I'm going to take the spare rounds. You always want, when you go into a game, you want a couple of mags. Don't want massive amounts of mags, because if you die, you lose a lot of ammo in the mags. But you want a couple of mags, and then you want some loose bullets to be able to top up your mag. And you do have to top up your mag individually. It takes quite a while in game, but it's something you have to do. Okay, so I can put it here. I can put it in my backpack. If you do control and click on it, it will just throw it someplace that you have space for. So here, suitcases are looting spots. So again, let's see, they're searching, searching, searching. So each item that I found, I got some XP. And every time I pull something out and drop it in here, There's looting. So you had searching and looting. Now you notice that these items have a little check mark here. That means that it was found in raid, and if I survive with them, it retains that check mark. If it's yellow, then it's something that you need to complete a task. Um, if you die, even though I can put some of this stuff in my pouch where I don't lose it if I die, I keep the items, but you lose the check mark. And the reason the check mark is important is there are a number of tasks where it asks for stuff found in raid, i.e., it has the check mark. Okay. Now it seems to be the pink suitcases, but anyways, come along here, and because this is the ground zero map, it's actually cut down fairly substantially. So now you see loot containers, search with an F. Okay, I've kind of talked about that, but here's another body. So you see it's got, if I just move my cursor over, now it goes to search, hit F, and that goes through the searching motion. So again, search, 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 search points, and that. So I'm going to get rid of the hat. I'm going to wear a helmet. This is a mag for a good gun. Match, this is I'll take. And this is a little sight. So really, I'm going to, if I can't use stuff, I'm going to sell it. So I'm taking out as much things as possible. Again, it's come up with the search container stuff. So that is true, but bodies, again, are something to search. So control, click, control, click, control, click, control, click. There we go. You see all the experience. And I found an item that I've been looking for. So let's go over here. So places to look are on tables, under tables, floor around tables. The posters can be taken as well. Okay, so there's some food, some beer. Again, it's on the table. Cricket lighter. And then you look underneath it. Okay. So here's another Pink's case, so it should be lootable. Control click, control click, control click. So you can see that my backpack's getting full up. It'll start pushing stuff into my rig when my backpack is full. So now we're showing pick up the tape, F, play the last tape, M, and then toggle flashlight. Yes, you can see here, if I look at my pistol, there is a X400 Ultra Tactical flashlight. So if you have a flashlight, T turns it on, T turns it off, T turns it on, T turns it off. Why is that important? Well, you can use the flashlight to blind another player. So if I had a player that, say it's a cat, I can flip on this, it kind of blinds them that they can't see me very well. And that can make a difference in combat, but I'll shut it off again. So let's go to the table, get some paper, look on the floor. Nope. Coke, chocolate bar. We got water. Tashanka, which is like a little beef stew. Okay. So there's the tape that they were talking about. Let's go here. And M. So it's going to play the tape. I'm going to put it in.
To all USEC units. Blast killed our electronics. No comm with HQ. We have lost control of the facility. Evacuate through Exfil 3 towards the port. Exfil 3. Expect enemy contact. Proceed with caution. Any non-USEC individuals are to be considered hostile. Defend yourselves. Use sound judgment.
Okay, so that's the that's basically the game moving towards the gameplay. So I'm going to take this into my stash and keep. I need that for task. I need these. So hats and stuff, unless you need them for some kind of task or something, no sense keeping them. Okay, these are the med things here. So I said bandages. So if you right click and inspect it, basically army issue gauze. it stops light bleeding. Okay, and then we have tourniquets, which are hemostatic tourniquet, basically stops heavy bleeding. And you'll notice in the game when you get shot, there's light bleeding, which you see basically on the screen. You see little red blotches appearing to let you know that you're bleeding. You'll see also on your health icon, you'll see a little underneath these when you get damaged, but whatever extremity is getting bled, you'll see either a picture of like drops, like, and that's light bleeding, and then if you see a picture of like a little man in red, that's heavy bleeding. Okay. So one of the things you'll want to do is make use of hot spaces here. So these are hotkeys. To use one of the med supplies, what you can do is grab the med. This is an AFAC med, and it does healing. It'll actually stop bleeding, but it also does all kinds of stuff. So it'll stop light bleeding, stops heavy bleeding, and it'll heal you. So to heal a damaged arm, you drag it, then as you drag it over something that's damaged, it'll go kind of yellow, and then you drop it. The other way to do it is right click it and click use, and then they'll start healing whatever is damaged the worst. Like I said before, start with the head always. I would start with going, dragging and doing the head if there's any damage at all in the head. Um, and then the splints. So you will see indication. You can get shot in the leg by scavs. You can jump and fall and break your legs. Splints will allow you to continue to walk on your leg. So you'll see a kind of a little white picture with cracks in it. That's broken leg. Again, you can drag that over. But what you want to do with meds is put them into the hotkeys. So you want to make use of the hotkeys. So rather than have to drag and open up this menu, come here, grab the AFAC, drag it open, drop it, or come to this menu, right click, use, because you also see them under the gear icon, use. It's easier to just take it, and although you don't get directional healing as much unless there is a special way of setting up hotkeys that can allow you directional, but you drag and drop. So now if I hit 4, it'll heal me. If I hit 5, it'll apply the tourniquet. If I hit 6, it'll apply the uh, bandage. These are surgery kits like I talked about. If you get a broken leg, you can repair it with a surgery kit. So this is compact surgical kit for treatment of bullet wounds and other serious injuries. Actually, these CMSs won't heal a fracture. There's a bigger case um, that will, but these will get rid of everything else, and then you'll have to use the splints. So you want to carry in splints with it. I've put it in the special slots here because I won't lose them. It doesn't take up, you notice it's taken them out of my inventory, so it frees up inventory space, and I will not lose them if I die. But I can also hotkey them. So I'm going to hotkey these in case I take some serious damage. I'll be able to use 7 and 8 to repair. And then the splint like this. You can also do it even with things like water. So down here, let's talk about this section. Um, this is your current weight. So I'm 20, all this stuff, all of it is 20.3 kilograms. There's a maximum of 77. So if I get my weight up, if I'm carrying enough stuff that my weight is up to 77, I will lose the ability to sprint unless I take a stimulant. So you have to manage that. This is radiation. It's not really in the game yet, but it's going to be. And here is your hydration and your energy level. You can see these are declining. So as you run in the game, you sweat, you burn calories and whatever. So you can actually help yourself to fix that by consuming. So let me just show you that. So I'm going to take a rye croutons. Now the thing is, when you consume something, it'll bump up your energy, but often if like croutons are dry, so you're going to see my liquid level drop. So let me go here, use it all. Now you see, I go back in here, now you see me eating. And you can see that this has jumped from like -3 up to -15. So what else can I eat? Let's go here. Eat this. You can see the timer starting to go. So this appears in the game. Raids are timed. You have to extract before the end of the raid. Once you have only 10 minutes left, you'll notice this appear on the screen, and if you're not out by the time it gets 0, you die. Okay, you notice that my hydration is down. If it goes down to 0, I'll start taking damage and I actually can die. So I'm going to top up my liquid with a Coke. And also with water. Now you saw use all and use there. You can actually use and only drink a portion of it. Anyways, let's keep going here. Pick up the tape, we've already done that. So these are gym bags and they're a valuable source of stuff. So you always want to check them. So toilet paper, not really that. Here's another gym bag over here. And I'm just gonna right click or control click. Okay. So I'm just having a quick look around on the floor. There's another one of these pink suitcases. So drag, drop instead. Okay, I'm gonna move along. You can go upstairs here and see nothing here by looking. Oh, there's screws. Okay. So you always want to be on the eye out for something. There's another dead body, and there's a gun here. Oh, MPX. Okay. Mags for the MPX. Good. All right. So I'm going to get rid of this, and that will allow me to take this down here, and then I'm going to grab this mag. The Salowa is another healing bit. Drop this. You need a bunch of them at the start of the game to complete some tasks, but they're also very important in the game. Okay, there's a nope, won't fit there. I'm gonna get rid of the balaclava. Oh, actually, I'll pull up the balaclava again here, cover my face. I know paper is not really that great, so I'll take this. What else don't I need here? I'll eat this. I'm gonna drop the Snickers here. Discard. So that's, you can free up space by dropping stuff. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch, hitting 2. You can see up here, I've got 1 is the gun, and 2 is the submachine gun. Now notice it's red now, and it's red here. That's because it has developed a malfunction. And you have to inspect your weapon, and you have to fix it. Now it's saying HH because that's how I've got it mapped. I've got all this stuff under, I'm using a single key, but anyways, if I hit H, looks at the gun, malfunction, misfire, it's telling me H, there we go, and it has fixed it. So now the red is gone and the gun is ready to go. Okay, you can do Alt-T, and that looks at what's in the magazine. So well, and here we go. What we got here. So there's another vest. So what you can do with this to save space is you can take items. I can hear scavs coming. And I'm going to move everything up here. There, that's how you can increase your storage capacity. See them there. So here I talked about rate of fire, B, full auto, B, single fire, full auto. Okay, you can see how much damage, and there we have, if I go to health, heavy bleeding, you can see that. So how do I fix heavy bleeding? I use 5 to use a tourniquet. And then there's another one of these. 5. So here I am putting the thing on my back because I want, and this is another thing that you want to do, is you want to empty magazines to get the ammunition out of them. So the MPX will take the same ammunition. So I'm going to top up the mag here. Another grenade. And there's that mag. So you did get points for doing this, and I'm going to definitely want some spare magazine. Okay, 4. So I'm running out of space here. So it does tell you how to climb over items. Space bar. So you have to avoid landmines and tripwires, as it's saying. Use this here. Anytime you use meds, it'll stop your loading of any magazine, which is I'm trying to do now. So I have to kind of balance between healing. Okay. And I just hit a mine. And you can see here, if I go to health, my leg is hurt. I need to fix it. So there you can see it went yellow. And I'm going to drag and drop it on there to quickly heal it. Gonna go full now. So I don't have much time left. Oops. I'm gonna die and lose all this stuff. So here you see what happens if I get the completion, but you can see that I didn't make it out by the end of the raid, and then I died. So you'll see that in my character in a second here. You lost all the items, so I lost the gun and everything, but I did get 9 kills, so that will help. And these are the stats of the raid, damage dealt to body, damage by armor, whatever. I probably could have got out if I had have spent less time talking and more time getting out. So there, I got 823 points. This is where I was 3. I'm moving towards level 4 next. And let's go on here a little bit more. It's all right. Running over my headset wire. There. Good. Okay. So then this is game mode, blah blah blah. All my download PV. Yes, they are. So okay. So into my character, and you notice I came out of that raid with nothing but the recorder. Now I lost all the stuff that was in here, which is should not have happened because it's supposed to be a safe space. But anyways, I guess it's letting me go from square one. Here's my bayonet, U to pull it out, and this is all the stuff that the game gives me. So I got a LEDX, I got a GPU. Both of these are important later on. But okay, so let's equip. Oh, it did show up the MPX that I had. Okay. So now I need to equip my character. So you can drag and drop items into the game, or you can use this little arrow and it'll show you what's in the game. So I'll just put a day pack, choose that, tactical rig, pick a rig, take the commando, face cover, half mask, here, helmet, and these are listening devices. Sound is incredibly important in this game to hear the other people sneaking up on you or coming through. So you hear them going through bushes, you hear them walking on gravel, you hear them to a lesser extent um, in grass and stuff. And being able to hear them allows you to get ready to engage them. Let's see here. Eyewear, some glasses, body armor. I'll just take one of these. Armband. I have all these. I'll go with the unheard. The armband isn't really anything. You can buy colored armbands. So if you're going in and playing with some friends, it is hard to determine who people are in Tarkov. There's no handy floating name above their head or anything like that. So it's all visual and communication, talking. So you should have a Discord if you're going to try to play with friends. You can talk through the game, but once you get a certain distance apart, you lose that ability to communicate. Plus, everybody around you can hear you talking. So it's far better to use something like Discord. Okay, so then holster. I do have some pistols. I'm not going to run with one of them. I'm just going to grab a gun. So here is all the guns available to me, and I'll take a M4. Now, I don't have the ability to really mod it too much. It's pretty standard. So I have that. I'm going to take in one mag, and I'm going to take some spare bullets, and that's what you should be doing. Okay, so now I need to equip myself with meds, bandage, put down here, pain pills. So that was another thing I didn't get a chance to mention. Pain pills allow you to run on like a broken leg or something like that. So it manages the pain for you, is what it's basically doing. Okay, so I'm going to carry the splints down here. I'll carry a car med kit. So I'm going to fast map that to 4, fast map the bandages to 5, the pain pills to 6, and the tourniquet to 7. I don't think I'm going to bother taking in a grenade. Don't really need it. Now, these stimulants, they have various effects and do certain things if you inspect them. So propofol is a good one to carry with you because it will auto heal you. So if you're in the middle of a battle and you can't be applying, healing to you, you can hit a propitol, and you can see here, use time 2 seconds, removes pain, removes concussion, health regeneration 300 seconds plus one health for every up to for the 300 seconds, so that'd be like 300. Metabolism, the skill metabolism someplace in here, it will help there. Let's go back and go back to Propital. Then you have skill health, so it's actually bumping up these skills. Skill vitality, just by using this stim, does that. Hand tremor, you'll start feeling a hand tremor. Tunnel effect, you'll start going tunnel vision after using this. So there are always some negative effects to using a stimulant. And you can't buy it off the flea market until you're at level 30 of your character. And then we have morphine, is another stimulant. You see that you're going to negatively affect your energy, negatively affect your hydration by taking a morphine, but it removes pain for 300 seconds. After 300 seconds, pain comes back, and you can use the pain pill to get rid of it after that. And it removes a concussion if somebody throws a flashbang. So if somebody throws a flashbang on you, pop a morphine, and it'll clear up what they've done to you very, very quickly. So I'm just going to do that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're kind of, I better take a couple of grenades just in case. It's always good to take grenades and map them here. So G will equip a grenade. Left mouse button will pull the pin, and then when you release the left mouse button, it will throw it. So that's good to know. Problem with G is it just picks like the first, it determines some random order, not really random, but it picks the first grenade you have. So these are explosive grenades, but there are also flashbangs, and there's smoke, and there's I think those are the only ones. So if you were carrying all those type of grenades, you hit G, it might grab the wrong type for what you actually want to do. So keep that in mind as well. So before we get going, because we are more or less so you want to have your gun, your body armor, either by body armor or armored rig. So this one here is an armored rig, for example, and it's got two plates in it, and they are level 3 plates, which are, it's pretty low end stuff. Here's another armored rig, whatever. So in order to use them, you have to, just going to take this off for a second. You have to you can't use body armor. So let me just show you here. Throw this here. Try to put the body armor in. It goes red. So you can see you cannot have armored rig and then try to boost it by putting body armor underneath it. Okay. So I got a gun. I got one spare magazine. We'll take in two. I always like to have a little bit more. And I got meds. I got spare ammunition. Not a lot, so you have to be a little careful of what you're doing. So back in your stash, you can see that you can only carry so much stuff. Well, you can use other items to help you. So if I grab this mag and you can see all the things that have turned green. That means I can put this magazine in any of those. So if I go here, and let's go here, I'm just going to drag these into this commando rig until it stops going green, and then I will stop. And okay, it's full now. So if I open it, oops, that was inspect. Oh, there's all the stuff. So now I'm using it as storage space. So you also can do this with backpacks. Actually, you can nest backpacks like Russian dolls. And then you can put stuff in it basically again to free up space. So there we go, there we go. So that's done. Even this armored rig, I can put stuff in with the armored rig to help it out. And notice all items have like Grenades are only taking up a single square, but this mag takes up 2 squares, so you have to be wary of that when you're doing your uh, management. Here's another rig, so I'm just going to pull over mags here and a scope for the gun and like this, and then the ammunition is going to go in these, and I'll put this here. So these pack is body armor. It has no space for anything. You can see here's my money, and you can stack up to 1,000,000 rubles, and which is what it is. If I had some more rubles, it wouldn't go on top of that. But I have here 1,000,000 rubles, 500 euros, and 1,000 USD. Now this is a gun case that you get early on, or I got because I have the unheard edition, and you can save storage space by storing guns or gun mods in this gun case. So I'm just going to do that. It won't take bullets. Oh, yes, it does take bullets. Okay, didn't think it took bullets. Anyways, I'm just going to do this to free up space. You can hit the R key and it'll flip something. There, that's full. The other thing you should check with guns, if you right click on them, fold, that will take them into smaller amounts of storage. So they're not just taking as much storage or space in your storage. This is a ammo box, so you see it only takes up 4 squares, but if you open it, it's got all this space in it, so you can put all your ammunition in that. Do that. Okay. Okay, so then here, mags, food, water, materials for crafting. What else? I'm going to take that out and put trumpeter in there. Oh, so I'm going to put that in the special space. I forgot about that. Okay, so there. I'm filling that up. So I don't think, oh yeah, I got this. No, everybody's. Oh, and this is a junk case. You got to buy them for over 1,000,000, but early on, again, as after buying an unheard, you get one. So this is for all kinds of materials like fuel cans. The GPU will go here. If I come out with wrenches or hammers or nuts and bolts, etc., etc., it will take those. So you're not really seeing anything right now. Those are the only items I have that can store it in there. Oh, the unheard thing will go in here. Okay. So the other thing you can do, I'll point out, is you can hit the lock key. So there'll be certain things like you got a gun and I don't want to use this gun at all, so I'm going to lock it. Okay, there. Now it's hashed it. Now I can't drag it over in here and try to use it. So I'm doing that because I want to keep this gun. Now it locks it right in this position, so I'll have to move everything around it, but that's what the lock key is for. And then this is an auto sort, so automatically sort. You do have to have a certain amount of space for the sort to work, but otherwise, there. And I should take and do this sort again. So it sorts everything by types and things like that, and but does a decent enough job. Not a perfect job, but every so often I do a sort just to get my shit in order. Okay, so that's that. All right, so we've got our guy ready to go, and what should we do now? Okay, so tasks again. Talk to Ragman, talk to therapist. There's no side, there's no operational. Back to story, so there's only the tour. So then we go to the trading, and anytime you see something like this, you can get a few points for examining it. If you find it out in the game, often you have to examine the item before you can put it on your person. But there, you can see I got a few points for looking at it. Anyways, I was supposed to talk to the therapist, so you just click the visit button. And now I'm going to go to the therapist, and she's going to give me something else to do.
Здравствуйте, юноша.
So this is storyline. Hello.
Вы правильно сделали, что обратились ко мне.
Anyways, that's
Но я не смогу
more or less the
провести
tutorial that I
вас
wanted to give you.
здесь.
I'm not going to bother going any
Завтра
further.
ни
You
у
can
кого
learn
нет
that
полного
yourself.
контроля над территорией.
Okay, thanks for coming.